just got to get to Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda in Greenville, online at gatewaydeal.com.
My name's Trey, and this is
Riley.
And you're watching your high school sports.
Welcome to this week's Your High School Sports. I'm your host, Roddy Woods, along with Chris Reddick and Chris Blevins. And it's Christmas. Did you not know that? But we are right here at the studio. We'd like to thank our gracious host, our boss, for doing all the beautiful decorations behind us. You know, Christmas is a special time, but guys, some things have went on since we were on the air last week. You know, everybody knows about the fire. This damaged Sevier County, a lot of Gatlinburg lost, a lot of people that are out during this holiday time. You know, it's just a sad time, just a bad time for this to happen.
Yeah, you never know when devastating moments are going to strike in life, and unfortunately, you know, when it hits around a holiday season, that's always, it seems like it just feels much worse when it happens because, you know, people have such high expectations to go out and do giving and, you know, make purchases and enjoy their families. And so when you have something like this devastating happening to an area and a region during this time, it just, you know, your heart just goes out to the whole community. And, you know, when you hear stories of that fire and the homes that are destroyed and the property damage and, you know, people that are now suffering when they didn't ask for this. Like I said, it just really puts things in perspective. We talk sports, and sports is the majority of what we have fun and talk about and share with you and report. But, you know, we have to put things in perspective because when life happens, you know, we've got to call time out and, you know, really do things to help people at this time.
Yeah, we definitely want to encourage everybody out there. You know, we might be working on something here on the set to come in the future, but definitely if you want to get out there and volunteer or you want to give back or do any kind of helping, just head up to Pigeon Forge. I know there's people up there. I know some of my friends, my coworkers too, and I know these guys here definitely going up there to see if they can put a helping hand in there. So anything you can do, I know they need clothes, just anything, necessities that you would think of that maybe you don't think about on a daily basis, what they need, food, water. You know, I've been hearing anything to men's clothes and pants to women's, you know, just anything you can think of, toothbrushes, toothpaste, anything like that. I know the Red Cross is up there too, but you can also donate to all the churches up there and things like that. So, you know, just be thinking about those. And we here at Your High School Sports want to make sure we know that we got you in our thoughts and prayers. And if there's anything we can do, we're going to try to do that. And if we get something together, we'll definitely share it with you guys and going forward. But it's definitely a big tragedy, and especially being so close to home, because if you live around here, you know, you don't think about it, but that's kind of like our home too. I mean, people that live there obviously are, you know, really impacted by it, but us too, because, you know, we are, I mean, I think that's one of the top 10 destinations in the world to go to see, and we kind of forget about it sometimes because we're so close, but it's definitely a big devastation, and I know over something like I was telling Chris, over 700 homes and businesses are affected. I know of people just out of work as well that can't work because their work's not there anymore. So there's going to be people that are needing help with just getting a new job or restarting their life because they've done it for a long time. So definitely a big loss up there. But, you know, Gatlinburg is a big, strong community, and I heard something the other day, Mountain Strong. So I think they're going to be strong, and we'll definitely be up there. Now, I know it'll get back big, but it's just such a big loss, and definitely be thinking about them, and we'll do what we can to do that. And if we can get something together, we'll make sure we share it with everybody.
Right, Roddy, I want to add just one other thing. With this loss, there's always good that comes out of something like this. And I just want to point out, I saw an interesting story this past week that showed a family utilizing their water supply because the helicopters were needing water and dumping water to put fires out, and they were, they volunteered their water supply and said, they had, I think it was a man-made little lake they had, would get all the water you need. And when you see that, I know we just come out of a tough political, election, and country seems to be divided, but sometimes, when things get tough, it shows that we are true Americans. We can put things aside as far as what we believe in and come together and just be human beings, because that's what we are. And I just appreciate good stories like it.
And there's a lot of good things coming out, and like you guys both said, we hopefully we will be doing something from your high school sports. Just kind of keep us in the back of your mind, because that is our home turf, guys. That's where we started at, and there's a lot of great people over in Sevier County that we just like to shout our prayers out to, and hopefully everything that work out for them in the coming months. It's going to take time, but Smoky Mountain strong. There's a lot of good people over there. So
Coach Hammonds was affected too.
Yeah, Coach Hammonds with his Buffaloes. So a lot of good things, but are going to come from this. They're going to rebuild, and they're going to be bigger and better and stronger from this. All right, guys. Let's get into some things. State playoffs championship was last weekend. We talked about it. I had 3 balls. I think Blevins had 3 balls. How many came back to East Tennessee? 2. 2. I actually thought I thought Greenback had a shot. I really did, and I was pulling for Central. I really thought Central had a Cinderella season going on. That was going to be my third one, because Friday when I'm like, oh man, there's 2 already. I got 2. I thought there was going to be a third one. Somebody was going to win on Saturday, but we'll take 2. We'll take 2.
Oh yeah.
I mean, 2's better than none, but I wasn't so sold on Greenback. I thought they would win, but I was like you. I thought Knox Central had it all lined up, but coming up against a really, really good team. So, but that's how it goes when you get into the playoffs and big games like that. But still, 2 is not bad. 2's better than none.
Yes,
So, I said, still congratulations to all the teams out there. I mean, what an awesome playoff, and just a great state championship down there. And man, just go crazy. We're already almost at we're at the end of football season.
Yeah,
we are.
We are. Yeah, this is it. This was it. But we still got a lot of football.
Oh yeah.
And we're going to go and check in with David Crompton right now, because their playoffs are behind a week because of the hurricane. So let's go see what David's got going on up in the Western Carolina market. Now on the line with us is our correspondent from Western Carolina, Mr. David Crompton. David, the playoffs are in full swing up there. Give us a rundown on what's going on.
Well, I'll tell you, Reynolds got beat, Hendersonville got beat. There's 2 teams left. There's Mitchell and Murphy, the home of Carl Pickens, and Mitchell and Murphy play Friday night. The winner goes to the state championship game. Everybody else is done.
Oh, okay.
So we're down to 2 teams left, and they're playing each other for the right to go to the 1A state championship game. Okay. Reynolds got beat very handily. Reynolds got beat handily. Hendersonville got beat handily, and from some teams down around Charlotte where they got all the speed. So it's going to be a good football game. The winningest coach in North Carolina history is the guy that's coaching over at Murphy, and Mitchell is building something. They're up around Boone, and they've got to travel all the way down here to the near the North Carolina Tennessee border here in Murphy. So it's going to be a good football game, and the winner of that game should be favored in the state championship game the following Friday night.
Okay. You say that A.C. Reynolds got beat and Hendersonville got beat. Let me ask you about the football that is played down in. You said something last week that got me thinking about things. You said that the middle of the state down in Charlotte and down in that way, they have more speed than you guys have in Western Carolina. Is that what got A.C. Reynolds and Hendersonville out?
Yeah, you got to be able to run unless you can just control the clock. And with the offenses that people run today, it's boom, 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 and we'll have a team every now and then that has a ton of speed. The kid that's the freshman at South Carolina, the running back Dowdle, He played at AC Reynolds last year. We have those players every so often. We have a Heath, or we have a Jonathan, or we have a Carl Pickens, but we don't have them in droves.
Right.
Where we don't have the SEC people or the ACC people lined up to take the pick of our kids. You have them every once in a while, but upstate South Carolina, Charlotte, your area down that way, around Raleigh, you got kids that can just run, and we don't have the kids that can just run all the time. So that hurts us this time of year. But overall, we had a pretty good year up here.
Yeah, you have. You had a good year. You've got
And
kids.
and go ahead.
Especially next year, you got some kids coming back. You got Heath Schuler's son. You've got the kid at Clyde Irwin. You got a lot of good players up there.
Yeah. And I forgot to tell you, Pisgah got blown out by South Point. My mind just went blank.
Okay.
They got beat 45-0 down there in Charlotte. So again, speed kills. But I think the thing that I want to, if you could indulge me for just a minute, we've had a tough time up here in the last month and a half or so with just really tough with the fires up here and the wild forest fires. But our heart goes out to the people in Gatlinburg who you know where I live.
Yes.
And I can hit 3 golf balls and be in Gatlinburg, and we are brokenhearted for all of our friends and everybody down in Sevier County and Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, because it's just heartbreaking. We've had a tough time with the fires here, but we didn't have that.
Yes,
And our hearts are broken, and that's, to me, it's a hell of a lot more important than football. Excuse my language for a second. And we're just devastated at the devastation that happened down there.
Well, we appreciate it. That was our home, and it still is our home up in the Sevier County market. We cover all 5 of those high schools every year.
Yeah, and I thought about you guys because I know what you do.
And a lot of people are heartbroken, but there's a lot of people that have chipped together, and we know a few people. We've talked to some of our clients, and they said we will be back, Smoky strong, and that's what we're going for.
Absolutely, so. And anything that we can do here, we that with their family, and we live it's the same mountain. We just live on the other side.
Well, David,
we're heartbroken.
And we'll be, we'll be getting back with you next week, and we'll be putting the word out there. We're going to do something to try to help those people over there in Sevier County.
You let us know. You let us know, and you let Jonathan and I know, and whatever we can do, and anything that Jonathan can do to even if it's just down there to sign an autograph or to shake somebody's hand or to dig a ditch, anything that you need to do. That we can do and that he can do, you let us know.
All right, David. I appreciate it. And
okay, guys.
Mr. David Crompton, he's our correspondent in the Western Carolina market. We'll be looking forward for that report next week because it's playoff time. Ours is over, but we still got Carolina going. So, David.
We got one more.
One more. And what about them balls?
How about those balls?
Go Vols. All right, Mr. David Crompton. We'll talk to you next week, David. Thanks.
All right, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Thanks, David. David is talking about how everybody got blowed out up there. AC Reynolds, Hendersonville, still Mitchell still in it, but, a lot of great football still to go up there. And he said something, Chris, last week, both of you guys. We know speed will kill you.
And definitely speed kills up there because, like David always says, we talk about speed here. He says it's even faster. You got to see some of that when you went up to that Pisgah game in Tuscola. But, David just always he's so excited about football. I just love listening to him and what he has to say up there in Western Carolina. But, speed is a big deal, especially when you get out there and you got those big linemen or big linebackers, and then you get out there and you hit on the edges like that. I think up there they really, really hone in on that, and they beat you on the edges.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, yeah.
They do.
Just beat you downfield. They just run run right by you.
Yeah.
You don't have any speed, you better go find you some speed. Guys, I just want to talk about something that really happened. We're going to hear from Coach Eddie Coatney pretty soon. But Farragut, you know, they went down there, and we've talked about Farragut all year long. Lost to a good Oak Ridge team that we had Oak Ridge penciled in to be down there playing against Independence. We really thought that was what was going to happen. But Coach Courtney had his team ready. We talked to him last week, and he said he was glad it was a Friday night game because his team, they just went down there. He had a police escort. Just a lot of good things happening for that Farragut team. And, you know, any comments before we hear from Coach?
Oh, well, you know, Farragut, first of all, congratulations to Farragut and the football players and that whole community, because this team did something remarkable. I mean, Coach, I'm going to go ahead and promote you right now. You need to go ahead and write a book because, you know, me being the philosopher, man, you did something incredible to keep this team motivated. I mean, we talk about the University of Tennessee and their comeback games. You did it 4 times. Now, your record, you only have 1 loss, 1 blemish, but I still call this a Cinderella story because you should have been put out 4 times. And I was watching that game, and I said, no, not the excitement and the newness is going to get him to where, you know, the shock and awe of being there. But I think he reversed that and told him, hey, man, this is our first opportunity to get a state championship. Let's get back out of this. I know we're down 35-7. Let's make something happen just before the half, which he did, got that touchdown. And I think that was the momentum they needed to come back and get this fantastic win, because the next thing he did, and man, it just popped from this point. When he came back that second half, he picked right off from the first play of the game, threw a nice Adam Fulton, threw a nice long pass, touchdown, and they're back in it. And I said, when that happened, I said, well, we got a game. They did it 3 times. This may be the 4th, and they did it.
Yeah, I mean, there's some awesome stats in there, too. I mean, Harden, running back for Farragut, had 35 carries for 191 yards. If you look at the straight stats, I mean, Farragut just absolutely exploded when it comes to the stat board. Like you just mentioned, that long pass there. I mean, just across the board, time of possession there. Once it was 35 seconds, the second half, when you go to like the scoring plays there, it's like Roddy, you were saying before we got on air here. After the second quarter, it was all Farragut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 drives in a row they put points on the board, and that's just amazing. I mean, that's just telling a total comeback, and definitely big congratulations to Farragut, and you all deserve that gold ball. So great job.
All right. So when we come back here on Your High School Sports, we're going to hear from the Farragut head coach, Mr. Eddie Coatney. He's going to talk about all the excitement going on down there at his school and how they won that state championship. So make sure you stay right here on Your High School Sports, powered by Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda, home of the lifetime warranty. We'll be right back.
Just look at all those freshly made Krispy Kreme donuts. I'm sure it makes you want 1 or a dozen right now. So come visit our locally owned and operated Krispy Kreme donuts in Pigeon Forge. Our Krispy Kreme donuts are made fresh daily, our service is fast and friendly, and the taste will put a smile on anyone's face. Krispy Kreme is a fundraising favorite, so call us today to help support your school or community fundraising efforts. Our delivery truck is there when you need us. Krispy Kreme Donuts on the Parkway in Pigeon Forge.
Get the right services you need from a name you can trust at Crescent Center Drugs. Whether it's hormone replacement therapy or if you need to update your immunizations for flu, pneumonia, or shingles, Crescent Center Drugs has a professional and friendly staff, always ready to take care of you. That's why for many years, Crescent Center Drugs has been your good neighbor pharmacy. Right now, getting your medicine is fast and easy when you sign up for the IVR system. It's simple. Once your prescription is filled, your box is scanned, and you instantly receive a phone call or text for pickup. Visit Crescent Center Drugs inside the Crescent Shopping Center.
Volunteer Chevrolet is your friendly hometown dealership, proudly serving the region for over 20 years. At Volunteer Chevrolet, you'll get great offers on select new vehicles, from Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs. So come see the new look at Volunteer Chevrolet and take advantage of their great deals. Volunteer Chevrolet is still easy to find on 400 Winfield Dunn Parkway, Sevierville. Volunteer Chevrolet is a proud sponsor of YourHighSchoolSports.com, Sevier County. Five Oaks Tires, carrying top name brands Michelin Tires and BF Goodwrench Tires. Visit fiveoakstire.com. Located on 1425 Parkway, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, or call Five Oaks Tires at 865-453-3469.
From the Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda Deal Desk, I'm Lenny Lawson.
And I'm Abby Lawson with more great reasons you've just got to get to Gateway.
15 Ford Edge, 24.9 or just $299 a month. 16 Ford F-150, 22.9 or just $289 a month. Only at Gateway in Greenville.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Aaron Cole. You're rocking with your high school sports.
Welcome back to this edition of Your High School Sports. I'm your host, Roddy Woods, and on the line with us now is head coach of the Farragut Admirals, state champion Farragut Admirals, Coach Eddie Courtney. Coach, you say it's been a big day today, but what about the game on Friday night? Talk about it.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm so proud of our kids, just how they've done all year long. But it is exciting. I tell you what, they make it real. You know, the police escort into Cookville was exciting. Our kids got all jacked up there, and then that staff down there treats you when you get off the bus. They bring you to your locker room, and it's first class. They did that, you know, and we were just excited about not only just playing that game, being part of that atmosphere, I'm telling you.
You know, in a game like that, you know, like you said, the police escort and the kids were really fired up. And you had said something to me last week about you wanted to keep it simple. You were glad you played on Friday night. You wanted to make it a week just like you'd be during the regular season. Did your kids, they responded, but you guys were down 35-7. Talk about that.
Yeah. Well, you know, we did. We called some things ourselves, and of course, their team speed. You know, they've got some guys that can fly. They're a very athletic football team, a well-coached football team. Coach Blaze does a great job. To answer your question, you know, our guys, at halftime we went in. We had a 15-minute halftime, so we had to get a lot of things done. So we just talked about a couple adjustments. We had to feel like we had to reroute the receivers because we were letting them run through free, and we got those things corrected on the football end of it. And you know, and I told our kids, I said, we get the ball when kicked off to us, we must score. There's no compromise that we must score in this first drive. You know, we did the first play with Adam to a great pass. Braden Collins took it to the house, and then our whole sideline just ignited. And I think this flashback to them, you know, the way we did it, Ooltewah, they knew they could come back. And then second half, those guys just took it and run with it. They really did. Played great effort and just really got amped up on our sideline.
You know, you came out at the second half and scored, but how important was that touchdown you got right there at before the halftime?
Oh, it was big because we went at halftime. We knew there was just a few adjustments. It was all about effort and the momentum and knowing we got the ball back. So that was key. It really was, and we scored. So that, you know, it kind of made it, and then just defense just picked up, and then special teams punt Joe made after that. And I'm telling you what, in the fourth quarter, you know, I could just look and sense our kids. You know, felt like that, you know, this is our game. We just got to be smart. Don't turn the ball over and just play like we've been playing. And they did. We had great receptions and 5 interceptions second half. And we did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback and forcing him to throw it. And our DBs were hanging with them as much as they could and knocking balls down and intercepted 5 of them. So I couldn't ask for any more as far as the effort and just being focused and locked in.
You know, your running back Harden, you know, he's just a hawk, you know, 191 yards against Independence. Talk about him a little bit, Coach.
Well, I can't say. I think for him, it really started playing. We knew, you know, he's a 2-3 year starter. I'm going a 3 year starter. And, you know, I feel like about week 7, it started really clicking for him on both sides of the ball as far as just really taking the football team and trying to inspire everybody else. But he did. And, you know, he had 2 fumbles in that game the other night, and I told him, I said, Cooper, listen, they hadn't stopped you yet. Don't think you've done. You should give great effort and just hold on the ball. Just hold on the ball and keep moving your legs. And that's what he did. And, you know, he's very determined. He was very determined to win this state championship. He said it all week long that we weren't going down there to play. We're going to go down there to win this game. And with that effort, those offensive linemen just saw how hard that back was running. It picked them up. And, you know, I just can't commend them of getting downfield and making that second level blocks either.
Coach, let me ask you this question. I know that a lot of things went on in your coaching career, but how big was this to go down there and win this state championship for Farragut?
Well, it's very important. It's very important for this community. This community wants to be successful in everything we do. And for all my former players, I'll tell you what, I know Nashville TV station asked me, said, we were surprised to hear this is the first time that Farragut football has ever been in the state championship game. I said, guys, I'll tell you what, we've been blessed to have some really good football teams at Farragut. But there's some of those years, Maryville won this thing 15 of the last 16 years. And this 3 or 4 years we had played in on the second or third week in the playoffs. I remember Kingsport put us out one year on the second week of the playoffs. I remember Pooh put us the third round of the playoffs. Oak Ridge put us out a couple times, and it just seemed like, East Tennessee football is so good. So, I mean, it really is. And so you look at it year in, year out, the number of teams in East Tennessee that win the state championship, and that's for a reason, the quality of coaching and teams and the programs we have here. And so for us, it just things fell in our place, and we were able to, play well, win that game.
Coach, we want to congratulate you here at Your High School Sports. You've always been a class act with me since I've met you a few years back, and we just want to congratulate you. I know they're going to have a big parade for you in the whole 9 yards, so, it's just a wonderful thing to see you win the state championship, Coach.
But, Rodney, I really appreciate that, and I really do from the bottom of my heart. But the thing I'm more excited about today and more impressed is just how these kids, again, about week 7 or 8, started doing what I asked them to do as far as start caring for each other, start just putting all the ego stuff on the shelf. And it doesn't matter because you can't ever win. I said, there's not 2 or 3 guys in this room that can win a state championship. I don't care how good you think you are. It takes everybody in this room. And I had a couple of seniors that didn't get to start, but they played a role in this football team. I can't say for nothing like Trey Minnis, another senior. He went out there and blocked 3 punts this year. I mean, kids who found a role in this football team, and whatever I asked them to do, they're very unselfish when they did it. And I know he wanted to be on the field more. And there were other guys on the football team the same way. And so it all started clicking. I started seeing that. They started hanging around each other a little bit more. And everything that we preach in today's athletics, get kids to forget about this entitlement. It's just about playing. It's about going out there and being a team and giving great effort. And then just when it's all over, hopefully you've been successful. And that's what I'm more proud of than anything. Yes, state championship, yes. I can't take that. They can't take that back away from me. I guarantee you that. But just the process, these kids, and how it went for us this year.
All right, Coach. We'll let you get back to celebration, but we appreciate you taking the time to give us a call here at Your High School Sports.
Thank you, Ronnie. Y'all have a great day, all right?
All right, Coach. Thanks. We've been talking to Coach Eddie Coatney. He's the head coach of the Farragut Admirals, winning a state championship this past weekend. We'll be right back here on Your High School Sports right after this.
Get the right services you need from a name you can trust at Crescent Center Drugs. Whether it's hormone replacement therapy or if you need to update your immunizations for flu, pneumonia, or shingles, Crescent Center Drugs has a professional and friendly staff always ready to take care of you. That's why for many years, Crescent Center Drugs has been your good neighbor pharmacy. Right now, getting your medicine is fast and easy when you sign up for the IVR system. It's simple. Once your prescription is filled, your box is scanned, and you instantly receive a phone call or text for pickup. Visit Crescent Center Drugs inside the Crescent Shopping Center.
Volunteer Chevrolet is your friendly hometown dealership, proudly serving the region for over 20 years. At Volunteer Chevrolet, you'll get great offers on select new vehicles, from Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs. So come see the new look at Volunteer Chevrolet and take advantage of their great deals. Volunteer Chevrolet is still easy to find on 400 Winfield Dunn Parkway, Sevierville. Volunteer Chevrolet is a proud sponsor of YourHighSchoolSports.com, Sevier County.
5 Oaks Tires, carrying top name brands Michelin Tires and BF Goodwrench Tires. Visit 5oakstire.com. Located on 1425 Parkway, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, or call 5 Oaks Tires at 865-453-3469.
From the day your child is born through the completion of high school or college, Hamlin Pediatric and Hometown Pediatric will be there to provide all your child's health care needs at one of our 3 convenient locations, Morristown, Jefferson City, or Hometown Pediatric in Sevierville. Our physicians, nurse practitioners, physician assistants, and staff look forward to meeting you. Visit our website, www.hpapeds.com, for more information. Claybo's Campground and Cabins and Claybo's Market and Grill have been family-owned and operated since 1978. Claybo's Campground is spacious, with 320 sites including vacation homes and cabins. Great location for family reunions and large groups with entertainment on the weekends. Claybo's Market offers Exxon gas, a full grocery line, and camping supplies. Their delicious deli provides fantastic food and daily specials. Visit Claybo's Market and make reservations at Claybo's Campgrounds and Cabins, located on 405 Wears Valley Road, Pigeon Forge.
This is the clay, expertly crafted, that became the dishes on our tables. This is the grain, traditionally stone ground, that became the fresh-baked bread we serve every day. And this is the home, famously designed, that became the most unique setting for casual dining in Pigeon Forge. From our custom dishware to our delicious food, you can see the ingredients that make the Pottery House Cafe special. The Pottery House Cafe and Grill. Come experience our quality and our heritage.
From the Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda Deal Desk, I'm Lenny Lawson.
And I'm Abby Lawson with more great reasons you've just got to get to Gateway.
15 Ford Edge, 24.9 or just $299 a month. 16 Ford F-150, 22.9 or just $289 a month. Only at Gateway in Greenville.
Welcome back to Your High School Sports. I'm your host, Roddy Woods, along with Chris Reddick and Chris Blevins, and we're talking playoff football. Had a great interview with Coach Courtney. He's just high on things. And like he said, I heard him say something that the Nashville media, as many times as Farragut won state championships in other sports, football's never won it.
Never won it. And, it seems unusual with all those baseball championships they have. But, it's the first time for everything. And, I just want to point out one other thing, too, because you just mentioned a great stat that 7 times in a row they scored, meaning 7 times Independence didn't. This is a highly talented team, guys.
None in the second half.
These guys, there's a lot of Division I prospects, and a lot of them came at the receiving position. And what he did that second half, he readjusted with those DBs, shut them down.
Right.
Quarterback was shook for Independence, didn't know what to do. He's just throwing the ball up, and those guys were just sitting there waiting and catching and having a good time. Would set up those 5 times, would set up those scores. So it was a totally different game in that second half. So just amazing.
Yeah, I can only imagine how awesome that campus is right now down there at Farragut. I mean, the thing about it is, guys, he talked about that before even they went down there, how awesome it was, and the following, and that just seems to me kind of like that old school mentality. Get the whole school behind you and ready to go. I mean, I can just picture how it was. I mean, it's just so cool. So
said police escort all the way there.
That's what I'm saying. How cool is that? So congratulations, coach, and to your team. That's awesome.
See a book coming.
All right. Let's get back to all right. It's time for the Ball Corporation recap of the state playoffs. All the games were championship games this past weekend. It actually started on Thursday. The first game on Thursday was Knox-Webb versus what did you say that?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's end. Webb 9-12. They lost 9-12.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
That was a surprise. We picked Webb to win that game. Division II, the later on game, was MBA out of Nashville, played Brentwood Academy. What a game. 42-38. Another one. I think we picked Brentwood.
Yeah, Brentwood, they do what they do, and that was expected.
Now, Friday's games were Class 1A, which we had Greenback going up against Dresden, and
Well, I chose Greenback. I was trying to root for the home team here as far as in the area. I knew it was going to be tough. We knew Dresden was going to be all that, and it showed that they were. But just had a little hope in Greenback because of the successful season they had and some of the teams that they defeated. So, it just unfortunately didn't go their way.
Yep. I mean, that's just how it went. I mean, I thought Greenback too, and I think it's going to ramp against another good team. And, I mean, there's not much more you can say about it. I mean, Greenback's still a good football team, and they're probably out there next year. So.
Yeah, I'd say they will. They're one of those teams you can look out for.
They get right back up.
Oh, yeah.
And then on it was Class 1, 2, 1, 3, and 5 played on Friday. So in our Class 3A game, mighty powerful Alcoa went up against Liberty Magnet, and Alcoa brings home the gold ball. What number is this?
This will be number 12 for Coach there, and number 11 for Alcoa, right? Is that right?
Well, it's actually 15.
Or it's 15 total for the team,
but
12 for Coach Rankin.
Coach Rankin.
Which that 11 means he just went past Coach Quarles, legendary Coach
Right.
Quarles. So you know what? That battle in Blount County, man. I mean, it goes
crazy.
even past just the teams. You know, now we got kind of a little coaches battle on who's going to get the most balls before they retire.
Look at the county, though.
Oh yeah,
Look at the
Loaded.
county.
The whole
county is loaded. They beat a good Liberty Magnet team, 45-12. You know, when you go into state playoffs like that, you know there was no one game, and you said this. We've all agreed that the Elizabethan game was a state championship.
Yeah, it was.
Unfortunately, there was no gold balls or silver balls given out for that game, but I had it called. Whoever was going to win that game was going to win the championship, and it turned out to be Alcoa again. I mean, we could probably play our segment over and over.
It's Alcoa.
It would be Alcoa, yeah.
All the way.
2017, play the same segment, Alcoa. 2018.
Alcoa. So, but you know, the game that we talked about, Coach Courtney's been on with us, Farragut and Independence. Both schools going into undefeated, you know, with one blemish on Farragut's record. 45-35. Guys, what a game.
Yeah, that's, you know, if you want to talk any more about it, like I said, I'm just
think we're
amazed,
good.
and I'm waiting for Coach to write the book. So,
All right.
I just think it's an amazing comeback, and I think what you're talking about, I mean, it comes from coaching. You just don't just wake up and that happens. You coach your kids; they're ready for it, and 4 times in a year. I mean, what can you say? I mean, what a great turnout, and man, what a big win.
Well, I tell you what, I did see this when I watched it. In that second half, they were showing camera angles of Independence, and they just looked like they lost their puppy dog. Like they just couldn't find a way to get back in it. And then you saw Farragut, and you just saw that momentum turn in an amazing way to where those kids, I mean, they had a moment where they just believed they were going to win that game. And it wasn't going to matter if they had to do 5 overtimes. They were going to win that game. And I called it early in the second half when they were kind of like, it's over for Independence.
It's over.
Coming back.
All right, Saturday's games was Class 2A, Marion County versus Tresvan. And what a game. I think we all picked Tresvan 42-20. Class 4A, you know, we thought that, and Coach Resner said last week from Central, that Memphis East had plenty of speed, and it showed 27-3, and you know, but they got a silver ball. You know, you got to give them some credit. They went down there; they weren't expected to go. They supposed to everybody had them picked to get put out by Greenville.
Well, let's back up and look at all these great teams, like you just said, Greenville. Then who was next?
It was Fulton.
And then after Fulton, it was what was the other team that they was not expected to win?
They went down. They made a road trip.
Yeah. So anyway, every they were picked to lose every game. So that was a great Cinderella story. Unfortunately, like I said, fortunately they got a silver ball, but unfortunately they didn't get the gold ball to where we could have Coach write his book too.
Right.
Yeah, that would be good. And then you had in the 6A game, you had Murfreesboro Oakland, who put out mighty powerful Maryville. And we all thought
Oakland.
But Whitehaven, you know, they won that game 12-9,
right?
12-9.
Oakland, well, if you want.
Well, I was just saying we did talk about on the last show how Whitehaven is consistently here. So was Oakland too, but for Oakland, what I thought was, and I still went with Oakland, was they had such a hard path to get there. Whitehaven and kind of jumped through the loops, which you know they still played a lot of great teams, but Oakland would go and beat Maryville on a high. Coming into this thing, we got this, and then still 12-9. It's a close game, but I mean, Whitehaven is just they're good. They're both good.
Yeah.
They're both good. And they should be very proud too, taking home that silver ball.
Yeah,
too,
they should. Oakland,
there was some head banging in this game. These two teams are large. They were large up front. I mean, it was just a rough head banging game. I thought though, with Oakland getting that early lead in the game when Whitehaven had that bad punt, put Oakland in a great field position. They went down and scored. I said, okay, here we go. Oakland's going to go ahead and just take care of things. But it was a battle the rest of the game. I mean, Oakland, we know about their defense, very stingy, but somehow Whitehaven found a way there in the fourth quarter to come back and win the game.
Yep.
You know, some great games down there. You know, and it was a kind of weekend that you want to say congratulations to all the winners, all the gold balls. You know, but you got to give some credit to the ones that got the silver ball. They were there.
Yes.
And they had a chance, and they were the second best team in the state of Tennessee.
Yeah, nothing to be ashamed about by no means. Nothing to be ashamed about. But, you know, in favoritism, we do like to see more gold balls come this way. But for some reason, in my crystal ball, and I know we had a lot of great teams this year.
Two.
He's never going to let us live it down, Chris. He's never going to let us live it down. Well, that is the Ball Corporation recap of the TSSAA State Championship games this past week. When we come back here on Your High School Sports, got a little more to talk about, got some good things coming up, and we're going to ask you as fans, as we do, to vote on your high school sports, all sports team that we will unveil next week right here as we wrap things up for the 2016 season here on Your High School Sports, powered by Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda. We'll be right back.
The revolutionary safety of the Michelin Premier family of tires is now available for more cars, trucks, minivans, and SUVs. So whatever you drive, you can take on wet or slippery roads with confidence mile after mile. Double D Tire can help you take changing weather in stride and save. Double D Tire has been family owned and operated since 1981. Owners Tommy and Flint Carter specialize in tires, alignments, brakes, suspension repairing, and custom wheels. Double D Tire would like to thank all their customers and look forward to serving you in the future.
A milestone, 49 years in the automotive business. Bill Bachman and Myron Bernard have provided the automotive needs for people from Northeast Tennessee, Southwest Virginia, Western North Carolina with the vehicles that they desire. Choose from Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, and Cadillac right here at Bachman Bernard in Greenville. We're in the prettiest area. We give the lowest prices, the highest rebates, and the best interest rates. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac right here in Greenville, where as always, we're going to save you money.
From the day your child is born through the completion of high school or college, Hamlin Pediatric and Hometown Pediatric will be there to provide all your child's healthcare needs at one of our 3 convenient locations, Morristown, Jefferson City, or Hometown Pediatric in Sevierville. Our physicians, nurse practitioners, physician assistants, and staff look forward to meeting you. Visit our website, www.hpapeds.com, for more information. Claybo's Campground and Cabins and Claybo's Market and Grill have been family owned and operated since 1978. Claybo's Campground is spacious, with 320 sites including vacation homes and cabins. Great location for family reunions and large groups with entertainment on the weekends. Claybo's Market offers Exxon gas, a full grocery line, and camping supplies. Their delicious deli provides fantastic food and daily specials. Visit Claybo's Market and make reservations at Claybo's Campgrounds and Cabins, located on 405 Wears Valley Road, Pigeon Forge.
It's the day, it's finally arrived, it's your wedding day. It's the moment you've been waiting all your life, it's your wedding day.
Ah, your wedding day, that one special day in your life you'll never forget. So let Venture Productions capture all those special moments at your wedding for you to treasure a lifetime. Our approach to videography is one of creativity and excellence. Call Venture Productions for your video services.
It's the moment you've been waiting all your life, it's your wedding day. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
From the Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda deal desk, I'm Lenny Lawson.
And I'm Abby Lawson with more great reasons you've just got to get to Gateway.
16 Ford Focus SC, $5,000 off for $169 a month. Ford Fusion SC, $19,900 or just $239 a month. Only at Gateway in Greenville.
Welcome back to this edition of Your High School Sports. We're powered by Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda, home of the lifetime warranty. Guys, I just want to give some credit out to this beautiful set that we're setting here. Victoria's done a great job. She's the boss, so she's done an excellent job.
I was surprised. I came in today, and Roddy and Victoria, they said, we've got a surprise for the set today. We're going to do something a little different. So when they told me about it, I had no idea. I mean, I probably knew it was going to be a little bit of a Christmas theme, but when I turned around and looked and saw all of this, I was like, wow, it feels like a wonderland, man. I'm excited and ready to go. Hopefully there's some gifts back there we can get. But, man, Victoria, beautiful job.
Yeah, wonderful job. Looks great here, and it just kind of gets you in the Christmas spirit.
Don't it? We're in the Christmas spirit. Guys, it's that time of year. We've got a lot of things going on, and I know next week we're going to unveil our all-sports team, your high school sports, all-sports team. And, our team's kind of different. You could have a whole team of quarterbacks. Or you can have a whole team of running backs. So there's top athletes in the East Tennessee area. There's a lot that is going on next week. The Toyota East-West game down in Cookeville. A lot of great athletes going to be down there. A lot of good football. We've had a great year, guys. We've had a good year. Started out in July with the media day, and now we're finishing up with the playoffs. But next week, we'll wrap things up and get ready for 2017. Some new things coming. We're moving, so that's something we'll talk about next week.
So do I need to get a suitcase?
You might need one. Might need a suitcase.
Are we going to be broadcasting from New York City?
just stay tuned. But, guys, I want a little bit of feedback on the season. Let's talk about it a little bit. Give me some.
Well, I really believe that the season it never goes exactly how we planned it, but we also knew that some of the big teams, the Maryvilles, the Alcoas, all the teams we just talked about now, we were all ahead of that a little bit for media days, kind of listening to the coaches talk. But there's also some surprising teams out there. Oak Ridge obviously didn't have the season they wanted to with those last 3 losses to end the season. I really believed Oak Ridge could go a lot farther, but they really had a letdown there at the end. But overall, we always talk about some of those great athletes that show up and go. What was it? Bradley Central had that quarterback this year. What was his Copeland that had a great season, got hurt there late in the end. That's another name we never heard of till this year. It emerged. There's always going to be that player, but overall, it just goes by so fast, and it's just a great time of listening to the high school football. Like Chris was watching on the TV, we're talking about it every week. Just to see it end is kind of sad, but it's not over. It's not over. We have recruiting coming down the road.
We do.
We're going to start fresh on the trail with that as soon as we get done with the show next week. We'll be right on top of that, bringing you any action that happens with that. But overall, this season, I would have to just say it's been a great football season, and I really believe that we got some awesome football here in East Tennessee, and we should be happy that we're covering all these great games. We're so lucky we forget we talked about the Smoky Mountains. We forget how awesome it is to live here in East Tennessee. So I appreciate all the coaches that have been out here with us this year and came out to our events and been on the air with us, and we're only growing and getting better. So I think it's going to be awesome. I can't wait for next season to bring more football and go farther and farther.
Oh, yeah.
I think you said he said it all right there. Like I said, a great season from beginning to end. Some things we expected, some things we didn't. Some teams came out from nowhere and just outshined. And
I have to say, Chris, I don't want to interrupt you, but I really thought Elizabeth was going to go far at this time. I was so close. I don't want to interrupt you, but it's so good.
No, I agree. I had a
that was my last thing. I thought that was going to be the one this year.
I thought you had a goal ball.
There. I thought I was going to be taking a picture with the team. And everything. I was ready to shine it up for them, put it in the case, but unfortunately it didn't work out. But a lot of still great talent on Elizabeth, and we're going to be saying goodbye, though, unfortunately, to some great players like Woodby and Turner and Mr. Alex Norwood, which all 3 of those players, they've got futures, especially like Alex Norwood. He's lean and mean and tall, and he's got nice reach there at defensive end, and I'm sure some teams are ready to pick him up. But we'll probably talk all about that in 2017 on where these guys are going.
Yeah, awesome. Recruiting, it's like I was telling somebody the other day, football never ends for us. No. Because right when it's over, we talk about basketball, we cover other sports, but football nowadays never ends. You got recruiting, you got spring football, and then you go right into the summer camps, and then we back to what we're doing in the fall, getting ready for TSSAA playoffs. But I tell you what, it's been a great year, guys. I wouldn't want to be with two other guys that you really bring out the best in me. So we've had a good time, but it's not over. We got one more week, and we're going to do some special things next week. Mr. Bart Lyons will be with us. He'll be talking about his 3 picks. We all 3 get 3 picks, so that's not 11. That's 12. So I told you our team was a little bit different. So it could be all quarterbacks, could be all running backs, all wide receivers. You never know. So, but it's been a great time. And one last thing before we wrap this show up, our prayers are with the Smoky Mountains. We want to say that once again. David hit on it, and he's talking about what he can do, and him and Jonathan. If you don't know who David is, David Crompton is the father of Jonathan Crompton, who was a UT quarterback. So we want to thank all the people that have done things so far to help out in the Smoky Mountains, but don't be surprised when we try to do something. We're going to do something. We got to do something because that is home. Yes. We started up there with the 5 high schools, so that is home turf.
Oh, yeah.
That's home turf.
A lot of great teams there, too.
A lot of great teams, a lot of great people.
Great people. That's what I was going to say. Great community there. Great community.
So if you would, say a prayer tonight before you lay down and be thankful for what you have got and try to pull something together for Smoky Mountain Strong. For your high school sports, for Chris Blevins, Chris Reddick, I'm Roddy Woods, and we'll see you next week to wrap up the 2016 season. And we get ready for 2017 as we pack our bags to get ready for the move. We'll see you next week.
Is my suitcase going to be big enough?
I doubt it. Look at you, I doubt it. We'll see you next week right here on Your High School Sports, powered by Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda, home of the fantastic lifetime warranty. Oh, yeah, I like it. All right.
Cool. We'll sing Silver Bells, too.
Silver Bells.
Hi guys, my name's Terry. I'm a shift leader here at Good Old Days. Thank you for watching Your High School Sports.
You've just got to get to Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda in Greenville, online at gatewaydeal.com.
Claybo's Campground and Cabins and Claybo's Market and Grill have been family owned and operated since 1978. Claybo's Campground is spacious, with 320 sites including vacation homes and cabins. Great location for family reunions and large groups with entertainment on the weekends. Claybo's Market offers Exxon gas, a full grocery line, and camping supplies. Their delicious deli provides fantastic food and daily specials. Visit Claybo's Market and make reservations at Claybo's Campgrounds and Cabins, located on 405 Wears Valley Road, Pigeon Forge.
Get the right services you need from a name you can trust at Crescent Center Drugs. Whether it's hormone replacement therapy or if you need to update your immunizations for flu, pneumonia, or shingles, Crescent Center Drugs has a professional and friendly staff always ready to take care of you. That's why for many years, Crescent Center Drugs has been your good neighbor pharmacy. Right now, getting your medicine is fast and easy when you sign up for the IVR system. It's simple. Once your prescription is filled, your box is scanned, and you instantly receive a phone call or text for pickup. Visit Crescent Center Drugs inside the Crescent Shopping Center.
Volunteer Chevrolet is your friendly hometown dealership, proudly serving the region for over 20 years. At Volunteer Chevrolet, you'll get great offers on select new vehicles, from Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs. So come see the new look at Volunteer Chevrolet and take advantage of their great deals. Volunteer Chevrolet is still easy to find on 400 Winfield Dunn Parkway, Sevierville. Volunteer Chevrolet is a proud sponsor of YourHighSchoolSports.com, Sevier County.
It's the day, it's finally arrived, it's your wedding day. It's the moment you've been waiting all your life, it's your wedding day.
Ah, your wedding day, that one special day in your life you'll never forget. So let Venture Productions capture all those special moments at your wedding for you to treasure a lifetime. Our approach to videography is one of creativity and excellence. Call Venture Productions for your video services.
It's the moment you've been waiting all your life, it's your wedding day.
From the day your child is born through the completion of high school or college, Hamlin Pediatric and Hometown Pediatric will be there to provide all your child's healthcare needs at one of our 3 convenient locations: Morristown, Jefferson City, or Hometown Pediatric in Sevierville. Our physicians, nurse practitioners, physician assistants, and staff look forward to meeting you. Visit our website, www.hpapeds.com, for more information. Claybo's Campground and Cabins and Claybo's Market and Grill have been family-owned and operated since 1978. Claybo's Campground is spacious, with 320 sites including vacation homes and cabins. Great location for family reunions and large groups with entertainment on the weekends. Claybo's Market offers Exxon gas, a full grocery line, and camping supplies. Their delicious deli provides fantastic food and daily specials. Visit Claybo's Market and make reservations at Claybo's Campgrounds and Cabins, located on 405 Wears Valley Road, Pigeon Forge.